Hey, this is Ronald Jefferson doing another topics video. This is a very interesting video. A very interesting article from the dailycaller.com. Puerto Rican protesters bring a guillotine to governor's mansion. Let's read it and I'll do a little light commentary. Puerto Rican protesters carried a symbolic guillotine to the American territory governor's mansion on Thursday to protest leaders' handling of disaster relief supplies. As earthquakes continue to rock the island, leaving thousands without power, Puerto Ricans are still suffering the effects from Hurricanes Irma and Maria. Late last week, residents of the city of Ponce discovered a warehouse filled with water, cots, and other unused emergency supplies. NBC News reported the unused supplies have been there since 2017. What is he hoarding it for? Why is he not using the supplies? Why is he just keeping it? Wow. Although Governor Wanda Vasquez fired several officials with oversight, including the U.S. Territory's Housing Secretary and Officer of Emergency Management Director, it wasn't enough to stop massive protests Thursday, including one in which several protesters carried a guillotine to the governor's mansion. Here's a tweet from Joshua Patash. The people of Puerto Rico are carrying a guillotine to the governor's mansion right now. The guillotine has been set up outside the governor's mansion in San Juan. That's Joshua Patash from Twitter again. Here he is again. So Residente showed up and gave a speech behind the guillotine. Potash, who posted several videos of the day's activities, contended he was 99% sure the guillotine was just symbolic and not usable. Another Twitter user posted a picture of the set-up guillotine along with the island's black flag of resistance. CBS reporter David Begnaud tweeted video of police using tear gas to remove protesters who are reportedly demanding the resignation of the U.S. Territory's governor and also its Senate President Thomas Rivera Scats. That's the end of the article, and I wanted to cover something. This is a short video. Karl Marx, I believe he wrote the Communist Manifesto. He was like a Russian philosopher. He prophesized a time where what he called the bourgeoisie and the proletariat would go to war. That's basically the rich and the poor. Excuse me. That's the 99% and the 1%. And a good example of that is the French Revolution. If you remember, the people rose up against the aristocrats and started beheading them. And, they killed the whole royal families and stuff and all these aristocrats. And it got to the point where they were just beheading anybody they could. Actually, that's a little something about the French Revolution. But Karl Marx saw a time where the proletariat would overcome the bourgeoisie who was taking advantage of them. And he said this is about over 100 years ago. And he said we were going to, disperse all their resources among us and bring in, I believe socialism or communism in its purest form. Which, communism and socialism aren't things that could work, but I believe man's sinful nature won't allow it to work because you have to still be, even in a society like that, people still have to work. We have to think like ants in the colony, even though, we all are working towards a goal. Like in a society like that, because of man's sinful nature, I don't believe everybody will work. I really don't. I believe a few would work and the others would just sit on their butts, man. So we can't have that. But what do you think about this article? This is the Daily Caller. The Puerto Ricans pulled a guillotine in front of the governor's mansion. Karl Marx saw this happening. We saw examples of this throughout history where the 99% get sick of the bull crap. And when that happens, I just want the armies of the world, I know y'all won't hear me, but the armies of the world, when y'all get a cruel leader, y'all cannot be siding with these leaders, man. with the cruel leader. You got to side with the people and get rid of these cruel leaders, man. That's one person. You can't be out there doing his will against the people, because once the people will win. The people will win. And you go pay the ultimate price with your leader. And it might be a horrible price. It might be a very torturous, painful price before you leave this earth. So they got a guillotine in front of the governor's mansion. I gave you a little backstory on the proletariat and the bourgeoisie, the French Revolution. Like, share, and subscribe. This is Ronald Jefferson, and I am out. Thank you.